Right, you lot, welcome back to the Premier League roundup, and oh my bloody god, a special. Sweet. I did bloody amazing. I mean, compared to my track record, where usually I've got prediction skills of the Irish guy, this week I look like some kind of genius. I don't know, YouTube's answer to the bloody What a mental week in the league. I don't know how I managed to do so well prediction-wise this week, because only like 2 of the favourites actually won the match. So my luck was on my side this week, apart from a few fixtures, which we'll get to. Right, let's recap the week and see some of the mental results happen. Man United 2, Liverpool 1.
I want to die.
Oh, for God's sake, play the clip. Relegation 6-pointer at the moment. These are two teams that I just can't seem to predict, can I? I've got it really wrong both times. But what I'm going to do is, because so far I predicted 2 Liverpool wins and we've drawn, I'm going to say that we lose the match. I'm going to say this will be a 6-0 Man United win with a Bruno Fernandes hat-trick, Harry Maguire to score a brace, and McTominay to get a 30 yards. I tried to be clever. I thought I was some kind of genius, but it all came crumbling down. And what can I say? In the first 2 matches, the Fulham match and the Crystal Palace match, there was some defence I could have. I could kind of explain the reason we dropped points there. With Fulham, it was a 12:30 kickoff to start the season against a newly promoted team who were really up for it. Van Dijk gave away a penalty in a very un-Van Dijk manner, and it was just kind of a great day for Fulham. Crystal Palace, we were the way better side. We played very well, even after going down to 10 men. If it wasn't for Darwin Núñez losing his temper, we probably would have won the match. We made Man United look good. A team who've been one of the worst teams in the past 2 years I've ever seen. How they got 6th last year's season, I never know. But they got the tactics spot on. Dropping Maguire and Luke Shaw were 2 things that, a blind man probably could have told you. Someone who didn't even know football. My bloody sister probably could have told you that Maguire was one of the worst defenders the world's ever seen. They got the tactics right on. Dropping Ronaldo was a good idea for this match, with Rashford and Sancho's pace just completely undone her. We were just terrible. Every player on that pitch was terrible. There's only like 3 or 4 people who would get above a 4, I believe, in prayer ratings. I'd only give Diaz, Elliott, Salah, and probably Alisson. And if we're doing sub, Fabio Carvalho above a 4. That's how poor it was. We should have bloody learned that Jordan Henderson and James Milner should never start in midfield together. Look at most of the points we dropped last season. It was always when those two started. There's no creativity. There's no attack. James Milner looked like a striker for most of the game. When Milner was born, my mum was in nappies. He's bloody ancient. How is he still starting? This is the guy who in 2015 Man City threw him away like he was bloody Phil Jones or something. They threw him away like they've just found a worm in their back garden. He was useless to them. Bobby Firmino was useless. He cannot play again in the Premier League. I'm sorry. Save him for the cup games. Make him a backup. Bring him on as a sub. But a starter, he cannot start another match. I'm sorry. It just did not work. And hopefully, I still have hope, I think this can be a really mental season with the World Cup. And I think that the winner will not get anywhere close to 90 points this year, whoever that will be. Talking of more mental stuff, Newcastle 3, Man City 3. So I got this prediction wrong. Play the clip. Newcastle against Man City. We got the Saudis. We got a club that have stupidly rich owners and another club that have stupidly rich owners. I would love Newcastle to take a point here. It'd be amazing, if City drew or drop, but I don't see it happening. I think it'll be tight, but I think this is 3-1 City. But you know what? I think both teams can be extremely happy with this result today. Newcastle, I said Newcastle would get 6th this season, and I think a lot of people would have looked at that and completely rolled their eyes and thought I was sadly. But the Saudi. At the end of last season, they beat an Arsenal team desperate to get into the Champions League, and here they've just gone toe-to-toe with the best team in the league. Yes, they'll be disappointed that they dropped points. St. Maximin, absolutely man of the match. Unbelievable performance from him. And Man City, I've got to give credit to them, because the character for them to show, to come back from 3-1 behind, to draw that game was fantastic. They looked the better team for most of that second half after the Trippier free kick. I'm very glad Trippier wasn't sent off. That was no way a red card. I don't know what the ref was thinking there. God, Leeds 3, Chelsea 0. I think this will be an uninspiring 2-0 Chelsea win with Jorginho penalty and Mason Mount on the scoreship. Well, I thought this would be a very uninspiring Chelsea performance, but they just get over the line. But no, Leeds were astronomical. Edouard Mendy, most overrated keeper in the league. I can name at least 6 or 7 keepers that are better than him. Let's go. Allison, Edison, Ramsdale, Hugo Lloris, Nick Pope, Martinez. All better than him. That's 6 for you, and I could probably name more. That's just off the top of my head.
You are trash!
Edouard Mendy. He's lucky that we've got an absolute egg sandwich of a keeper second choice with Kepa that he's not really starting because of poor performance. Chelsea were abysmal, and I don't know how you from that Tottenham performance, but they were unbelievable and looked like a title contender to this game where they looked like they had where they were showing the form of Bournemouth. Talking of Bournemouth, Arsenal 3, Bournemouth 0. Yes! Not only did I get it right, play the clip, I got it bloody spot on, my first dead-on prediction. I saw Ben Foster on the Fogden channel predict that Bournemouth would draw the game. No! Bournemouth are going straight back down in 20th. They might even bottom Derby's bloody total because they've been woeful. Easy. 3-0 Arsenal win. What an unbelievable Arsenal performance. And I know Bournemouth aren't exactly a hard opponent. It's like KSI fighting Swans. You're not really getting challenged. However, Arsenal was so fluidity, so brilliant, and they were doing what you'd expect Liverpool to have done this season. And can Arsenal win the league? No chance. Because they're gonna throw it away. It's the thing, they'll look good. But if you get an injury in that midfield, you lose Partey or Gabriel or one of those wingers, I think you're done for. Like if Granit Xhaka or Partey go, and we know Granit Xhaka's is only a game before he gets a bloody red card, so I don't think Arsenal do win the league. But very solid performance, and I got it spot on. Tottenham 1, Wolves 0. I'm on a bloody roll. Play the clip. This is gonna be the third not win in a row for Wolves. Tottenham will win like 1-0 or something. You know this. I said it'd be a uninspiring, dull 1-0 Tottenham win. That was basically the match. I mean, Tottenham and Wolves have to be two of the dullest teams in the league. I mean, they get their results, but bloody dull it was. But I've got to give credit to Tottenham and Harry Kane because they did do well. But Wolves looked the better team at parts of that match. Crystal Palace 3, Aston Villa 1. Oh, Steven Gerrard, you're just this season's answer to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We all know he's getting sacked. It's been a terrible start for him. It's quite funny. In the 2000s, Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard would be fighting for the best midfield in the world. Now they're fighting for the worst manager in the Premier League award. Shambolic. Villa are a team of their historic pedigree, of the money that they've spent and the players they got. They're a team that should be beaten, getting 9 points out of the likes of Bournemouth, Everton, and Crystal Palace. The first two are relegation candidates, and the third one are a team that usually get 12 from the league, although I think they're going to do well this season. Shambolic from Aston Villa. Brighton 2, West Ham 0, and Southampton 2, Leicester 1. Oh wow, the mighty have fallen. I got the Brighton predictions spot on. Now I did against Brighton and Hove Albion. I could go for controversial here. I think Brighton win. West Ham so far have not been too good. I mean, they were very unlucky against Nottingham Forest. I think they were the better team and probably the most unlucky team of all time. But Brighton, they're just doing great so far, and they should have beat Newcastle. And I think if Brighton do this, they're showing a great intent. And it's like Brighton have lost like 2 of their biggest players, and they're just still kicking on. That's the magic of Graham Potter. Like both of the teams would drop points and not win these matches. And unfortunately, I said it'd be a draw, but I got. So that's another bloody point for me. I've not actually counted my points so far. So I got 3 for the Arsenal game, 3 for the Tottenham game, 1 for the Liverpool Man United game because I said Man United 6-0 is a joke. I said Palace would win, so that's 8 points, and now I get a point for this because I said Brighton to win 2-1. West Ham, what has happened? They were very unlucky at Nottingham Forest. Now, I didn't get the pleasure of watching this Brighton game. I know it was a penalty and like a late goal that won it, but like, come on, West Ham, you got to be doing better. Or if you keep up this form, Declan Rice in January will be screaming. It'll just be next summer's answer to Wesley Fofana. Talking of Fofana, have you seen the absolute joke that he's being? He's more stroppy than me when I wasn't giving Broderick rules to read. My God, he's shown the attitude and likability of Neymar in these moments. He's like that petty ex-girlfriend that we've all had. Like, he's just... Fofana is a joke. Everton won, Nottingham Forest won. Come on, Everton. I'm sorry, Everton are going down. I look at this league. I look at Forest and Fulham surprising people and doing better than expected. I see the likes of Brentford, Brighton, and Palace. People who might have thought have been down there doing great. Even Bournemouth have got a win so far. Like Everton, I just don't see. You don't have a striker. You're doing terrible. You should be beating Nottingham Forest at home. I'm sorry. And Nottingham Forest, I mean, it was unlucky that they lost like an 89th minute goal when Jordan Pickford got on the assist sheet. Like, that was unlucky, but Forest, I think, stay up this season just because of their home matches. I think they win a good amount of their home matches. Fulham 3, Brentford 2. What an exciting matches from a London derby. I mean, Fulham are on an actual roll. They haven't lost a game yet for Fulham. A team that most people see as a yo-yo, just this year's answer to Norwich, a team who there is no chance will be in the Premier League next season. But so far, they're looking the best of the promoted teams and a solid mid-table team. That's all of them. So yeah, I'll be back in a couple of days with the Premier League predictions. God knows what I'm going to be predicting after this week. But I've got to say, amazing week for me. And yeah, goodbye.